We'll continue reading from Caitanya Caritamrita. We are reading from Adi-Lila, chapter 1, text 91. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we have been hearing that the path of karma kand, that do this various pujas and go to the heavenly planets, or get this knowledge of the Brahman feature, or do this mystic powers and have a comfortable life. All these, although are mentioned in the Vedas, are cheating religion. Although they appear to be religion, but it's all cheating. Why? Because actually true religion means to love God. So, but this is nothing to do with loving God. This is all, in fact, taking us further away from God. That's why it's called cheating. So the path of worship of the innumerable devas or administrative demigods is still more hazardous and uncertain than the above mentioned processes of karmakand and jnanakand. This system of worshipping many gods such as Durga, Shiva, Ganesh, Surya, and the impersonal Vishnu form is accepted by persons who have been blinded by an intense desire for sense gratification. So earlier, the Karmakand section is that you offer worship to the administrative demigods, means to Surya, Chandra, to the demigods who are in different parts of the body, controlling the different departments of this universal administration, wind god, rain god, moon god, sun god, like that. Now, that is what is still the path of this is more hazardous. This is more hazardous. Why? Because when properly executed in terms of the rites mentioned in the Shastras, which are now very difficult to perform in this age of want and scarcity, such worship can certainly fulfill one's desire for sense gratification. But the success obtained by such methods is certainly transient, and it is suitable only for a less intelligent person. That is the verdict of the Bhagavad Gita. No sane man should be satisfied by such temporary benefits. What happens if we worship the demigods because we want to have a comfortable life? Because we are all thinking, each of us, that I'm the body. If I'm the body, so I should, and we are thinking, this is my permanent home. This is my permanent identity. I will continue to live in this body forever. So let me make my body as comfortable as possible. And because of that, because I want to be comfortable, let me pray to the demigods who can give me this comfort. Then what happens is we do get comfortable because the demigods, if we properly worship them, then they are pleased. Then they will offer us whatever is our desire. They will fulfill our desire. But why it's called less intelligent? This type of worship, this type of process is called less intelligent. Why? Because the benefits that we get is temporary. The benefits are getting temporary. We are going to give up this body. No matter how much we try to preserve it, we have to give it up. And then we might say, okay, but I'm doing this for my next life. Next life, they will help me to go to Swarglok. Or in the next life, I will have enough money. I will have enough education. I will have enough beauty. I will be born in a good family. So let me do all this now so that my future is secured. But in that future that we are securing is also temporary. That body also, we are going to give it up. It's not that we can stay in that future body which we are preparing, and that body is still going to be in the material world. It's still going to be suffering. There's still going to be birth, death, old age, and disease. So rather, why not focus our energy to build our spiritual body? To regain our spiritual body, rather, because we are all spirit souls. Why not use that energy to be situated in our original identity? None of the above mentioned three religious paths can deliver a person from the threefold miseries of material existence, namely miseries caused by the body and mind, miseries caused by other living entities, and miseries caused by the demigods. So at each given moment, each and every living entity in this material world, he could be an ant or he could be Lord Brahma. So he could be a normal average person, or he could be the president of the country, or he could be a famous musician or an entertainer or whatever, or he could be the greatest of demigods. At each moment, each living entity is subject to the threefold miseries, either of the three miseries. So the misery has to come. It will come in the form of our own body and mind. We might be suffering from some physical or mental disease, or misery caused by another living entity. There'll be somebody who might speak harshly to us. We have an enemy, or some animal attacks us, something or the other. Or miseries caused by demigods. What is that? Natural disasters, typhoons, cyclones, earthquakes, forest fires. So we can see, no matter how much we try to make ourselves comfortable, at each moment, we will be subjected to any one of these three miseries. Now, we might think this misery is only for me, but look how the other person is enjoying. It's only for me. Maybe I didn't understand how to live this life. Next life, I want to be like that one. Or even in this life, let me try to become like that one. That person seems to be enjoying a lot and doesn't have any of the miseries. But Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam says, each of us has this misery, and each of us is thinking the same, that I'm suffering, the other person is enjoying. The grass always looks greener on the other side, but it's the same grass. It's the same thing. The process of religion described in Srimad Bhagavatam, however, is able to give its followers permanent relief from the threefold miseries. Now, the process, it's a process. If we want to get permanent relief from the threefold miseries, then what's the process? This process is given in the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Bhagavatam describes the highest religious form, reinstatement of the living entity in his original position of transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord, which is free from the infections of desires for sense gratification, fruitive work, and the culture of knowledge, with the aim of merging into the Absolute to become one with the Supreme Lord. So what is Bhagavatam giving us? Bhagavatam is giving us the highest religion. What is religion actually? To love God, to be situated in our loving relationship with God. We, each of us have this. And Bhagavatam helps us to be situated in this relationship with God. And that's why Bhagavatam completely rejects any karma kand, engaging that you do this, you'll be happy. Or, well, the only thing Bhagavatam says is you hear and chant and you will be happy. That's our permanent happiness. Permanent happiness. But it completely rejects any material happiness, or material, or trying to get knowledge so that one can become God after giving up this body. It completely rejects that. So any process of religiosity based on sense gratification, gross or subtle, must be considered a pretentious religion because it is unable to give perpetual protection to its followers. So anybody says you do this, this is a religion, and what is going to happen if you follow this? If you follow this religion, you will become very comfortable, very comfortable. You will get comfortable, you will be able to enjoy life, your body will be healthy or your mind will be healthy. That is a pretentious religion, Kaitava Dharma. Why? Why is it pretending to be religion, but it's not religion? Because this body is temporary. We are going to leave it one day or the other. And the old age will come. Even if old age doesn't come, disease will come. Even if disease doesn't come, death has to come. Death will come. So it's not perpetual protection. The word projhita is significant. Pra means complete and ujhita indicates rejection. Religiosity in the shape of fruitive work is directly a method of gross sense gratification, whereas the process of culturing spiritual knowledge with a view to becoming one with the Absolute is a method of subtle sense gratification. So one says that you work as hard as you want, enjoy your life, make yourself as comfortable as you want. That is also cheating. Another is, oh, there is a difference between body and matter. You are not the body, but you're spirit. And then what's going to happen is one day you can become the Absolute. You can become God. So that is subtle sense gratification, because we all want to become God. And so this path of Gyan, it helps us become further in this ignorance. Yeah, you will become God one day, or that I have become God. All such pretentious religiosity based on gross or subtle sense gratification is completely rejected in the process of Bhagavad Dharma or the transcendental religion. That is the eternal function of the living being. Eternal function. We have an eternal duty, Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma, and being situated in transcendental loving service of the Lord, which we can be situated in by chanting. Chant the Hare Krishna mantra. That's the process for this age, the Yuga Dharma. Chant the holy name. We can be situated in our true position. So we'll stop here for today. This purport is still longer. We can finish it tomorrow maybe then. Is that okay?
Yeah, okay.
Caitanya Caritamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.